Wait,
go,
I just
folks.
put that together. That's your cousin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. All back in Louisiana. Yes.
We go back
Pleasure to
like
meet you, my brother.
Mendon, Louisiana, to be exact.
yep,
Yeah.
Minden. Yep. My mama's from Minden. It's the connection is my cousin who know the connection is no longer with us, but he made the connection doing the movie of what was that? I was in one of the first hip hop. Welcome to Death Row. And
Right.
Jay King from Club Nouveau was Lenny know Jay King, and Jay King know me, and Aubrey Jr. know it was just connected. That's how we found out, man.
Yes.
That's how we found out. Yes, sir.
Good old Aubrey Jr. Yeah, I told you I saw his wife.
Beautiful.
When I talked to her when I was down in L.A. Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah. How's she doing?
She doing good. Yeah, she was living up here in Northern California. So after Aubrey Jr. passed, she moved back to Los Angeles to be close to her daughter and her grandson.
Okay. All right. No problem. That's a good thing. I'm glad to hear that, Doc. Hey, man, look here. I got a call yesterday from a buddy of mine, Adrian Gregory. He sent me your video, your song, and I played it, and I say, look at my boy. Look at that's how you stay relevant. I don't know how you are, but that's how you stay relevant, okay? You know.
Yeah, I've been hanging out with them youngsters. Yeah, my wife see me get a little sag in my pants and put my gold front on. She said, "Oh, he finna go down in the hood and hang out with them youngsters." Yeah.
I ain't mad at you, Doc. I listened to the flow. I said, that flow sound familiar, but ain't nothing wrong with that, Doc. Right now, he ain't using the flow, and you did a good job of it. And that's why I wanted you on the show, man. I want you people to hear. I know Facebook, YouTube ain't gonna let us play a whole lot of it. I just wanted to drop a little snippet right quick, Dusty, if you can. Can you do that?
Sir, yes, sir. Here we go. This is called It's Yours by the legend Lenny Williams. I met her in the club. The best flow, to the best flow, dancing to the song, Marvin Gaye, let's get it on. She said that's my favorite song. I said that's my favorite song. Bumping and grinding, it was hard in here. We had a couple of days, and she said, I love her, she was here. So we just right on in. Then after that, I didn't see her for a while. And I'm glad to
have too big of a gap. We don't want
That's a cold flow right there, man.
We don't want
Yeah.
And the story behind it is crazy too, man. You still out there got these girls tripping, huh?
Well, man, I can't help it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it just be like that sometimes, right? Yeah.
It's in the family.
Like that Ben Gay and that Old Spice, yeah.
You know what? It happened to me in real life, so I ain't mad at you, Doc.
And they know you got that Social Security check coming in and all that. Yeah.
Okay.
And that pension, yeah. So it's all good. Yeah, but it's it's interesting. And the song is kind of humorous, And he talking about he met at the club and she told him to come.
Girls trying to snatch up that check.
Yeah, right. And then he run into a year later and she tell him she got a baby and he tell her congratulations. She say congratulations. He said, hey, I don't know what you're talking about. I was wrapped up like a thug. And, I used to be a youth counselor, right? And I used to tell the boys all the time, hey, man, y'all putting on them 2-year-old condoms that you got in your wallet. I said, don't you know the condom got an expiration date on it? Yeah, you had a condom on, but it was expired, and, they be forgetting that. And then in the song, he talking about it was only one time. I say, one time?
Blow off the dust of that conference.
Yeah, right. So trying to spit a little knowledge to them, as well as they'll have fun with the song.
Look here, real life, real talk.
Mm-hmm.
Me and 3 cousins all have one-time babies.
Right. Well, he got 4 cousins now. Right. Yeah. Right.
4 cousins got one-time babies. One-time babies. Okay.
Yeah,
we all got one-time babies. No date. Nothing. Hey, casual. Hey, okay, cool. We did it. What? You got
he's talking about, hell no, it ain't mine. And then just more knowledge about the condoms. If you put the Vaseline on them or put that baby oil on them, it's gonna cause them to disintegrate a little bit and sperm coming right through them. You know what I mean? And so like I said, I was a youth counselor. I used to trying to tell them, and said, man, shoot, you got to make sure. Yeah, so it's all word to the wise out there.
Yeah. Yeah, because it ain't no
Yeah.
joke. It ain't no joke. Somebody you were just waving at. Next thing you know, y'all we parents? We what?
Uh-huh.
I just waved at you one time. Hey.
You said, what's your name? What's your name? I don't even know your name. What's your yeah, what's
Yeah,
her name? Since you got a baby by you. What's her name? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Literally. Yeah. Woo. That from back in the day. Are you lying? Yeah, man. Yeah, right. Okay. Anyway, Lenny, how you been doing, man?
I've been doing good. Just been running around. Been doing the tour with King George and running all over the country. We was in Oakland last week, Los Angeles. Then I went down to Oklahoma City on Sunday. I'm doing a play with Karan Joseph Riley and Chrisette Michel'le and Patrice Lovely that be doing all the play Ma with Tyler Perry. We're doing a play called When a Woman's Fed Up. And so, just running around doing that and having a good time and, stacking up for that old age pension. You know what I mean? Because our boys in the White House, we don't know what's going to happen, So,
what's going to happen?
Yeah. I'm
put on your
yeah.
Put your mattress sound like the way they tripping, man.
Uh-huh.
Hey, you told me a story one time about how you was doing something else totally different, and then your wife called you about a check you got from BMI or something like that. Could you tell us that story when Kanye sampled stuff?
Yeah, I was, be getting my BMI checks all the time, and they go up and they go down. This is what time period when when a lot happening and they was kind of low. And so she called me one time. I was out, and that's the Beatles was in then. They didn't have no cell phones then, and she beat me, and so I pulled over and called her. She said, found a payphone when they had them, and she's like, "Ooh, your BMI check came and it's thick as a encyclopedia." So I hurried up and put my foot on the pedal and I got home and opened them up, and I had 94,000 for writing the song and 94,000 for being the publisher of the song. And it was when Kanye did Twister, and they had me in the back sounding like a chipmunk, right? Yeah, and I was
overnight celebrity.
Yeah, and them right. I was like, man, they got me in the back sounding like a chipmunk. And then when I opened that check, the checks up and saw how big they was, I was like, oh, I said, I'll be a chipmunk for that kind of money, boy. Yeah,
I'm not mad at you, Doc.
That money paid the house off, right? We had bought a new house, and like, okay, boom, your house paid off now.
Said Alvin, Simon, Theodore.
Man, that must have been a great feeling, Doc.
Yeah,
that's dope.
But that's what you call, like the music business, handling the business side of the music, right? And then I'll be telling people, they say, well, how did you learn, about publishing? And I would say, well, this was like before I was in Tower Power.